Some countries impress you with famous landmarks, others with history. But there is one country where nature seems to follow its own rules. A place where the sun refuses to set for weeks. Where an entire hotel disappears every single year. Where more than 250,000 islands are scattered across the sea. And where one simple law gives people a freedom that almost nowhere else on Earth exists. At first glance, Sweden looks calm, peaceful, almost ordinary. But behind that quiet image lies a country full of surprises that most people never get to see. So let's discover the Sweden that exists beyond the postcards, beyond the stereotypes, and beyond what most people ever get to see. Sweden is often described as one of the happiest and most peaceful countries in the world. It is a land of deep forests, crystal clear lakes, and colorful towns that seem almost too perfect to be real. Every year, millions of people visit Sweden, expecting breathtaking landscapes and a quiet escape from busy city life. And they're not wrong. But if that's all you know about Sweden, you've only seen the surface. Because beyond its peaceful image lies a country filled with natural wonders, unusual traditions, and extraordinary experiences that are difficult to find anywhere else on Earth. In the far north, the sun can remain above the horizon long after midnight, turning night into daylight for weeks at a time. Not far from there, an entire hotel is carved from ice every winter, only to melt away when spring arrives. Across the country, more than 267,000 islands are scattered along the coastline, yet only a small number of them are actually home to people. And perhaps the most surprising part of all, Sweden believes that nature belongs to everyone. Here, a unique tradition allows people to walk through forests, camp under the stars, and explore the countryside with a freedom that is almost impossible to imagine in most parts of the world. This is the Sweden that rarely appears in travel brochures, and we're only getting started. For most of us, midnight marks the end of the day. But in northern Sweden, it can look exactly like the middle of the afternoon. For a few weeks every summer, something extraordinary happens above the Arctic Circle. The sun simply refuses to disappear. Even at midnight, mountains, lakes, and forests remain bathed in golden daylight, creating a world where time feels almost meaningless. For visitors, it can be both magical and deeply confusing. Your body tells you it's daytime, even though the clock says it's midnight. Children continue playing outside. People go hiking, fishing, or simply sit by the lakes, enjoying sunlight that never seems to end. This remarkable phenomenon is known as the midnight sun, and it's one of the rarest natural experiences on Earth. If endless daylight wasn't unusual enough, Sweden has another surprise waiting far above the Arctic Circle. Every winter, artists, architects, and engineers come together to build an entire hotel using nothing but ice and snow. Every room, every wall, every sculpture, and even the beds are carved by hand from massive blocks of crystal clear ice taken from a nearby frozen river. Guests from around the world travel here to spend a night inside a building where almost everything around them is made of ice. But unlike any ordinary hotel, this one has an expiration date. As spring arrives and temperatures begin to rise, the entire structure slowly melts back into the river where it came from. Months of work simply disappear. And when winter returns, the hotel is built all over again with a completely new design, making every single version unique. But perhaps Sweden's greatest wonder isn't something you can see. It's something you can experience. For centuries, Sweden has followed a remarkable principle known as allemansrätten, or the right of public access. It gives everyone the freedom to walk through forests, hike across open landscapes, pick wild berries and mushrooms, camp for a night, and enjoy nature, even on privately owned land. There is only one condition: respect nature, respect wildlife, and leave every place exactly as you found it. It is a simple idea, yet it has shaped the relationship between the Swedish people and the natural world for generations. In Sweden, nature isn't treated as something to own, it's treated as something to share. If you think Sweden's wonders end on land, think again. Stretching along the country's eastern coastline lies one of the largest archipelagos. It's easy to think of Sweden as a land of forests, lakes, and endless wilderness. But beyond its breathtaking landscapes lies one of the world's most innovative societies. Cities like Stockholm have learned to grow without losing their connection to nature. Modern architecture stands beside centuries-old waterways. Public transport runs with remarkable efficiency. Clean energy, smart urban planning, and sustainable living aren't ambitious goals here. They're simply part of everyday life. Perhaps that's Sweden's greatest achievement. It never had to choose between progress and nature. It found a way to protect both. It's easy to think of Sweden as a land of forests, lakes, and endless wilderness. But beyond its breathtaking landscapes lies one of the world's most innovative societies. Cities like Stockholm have learned to grow without losing their connection to nature. Modern architecture stands beside centuries-old waterways. Public transport runs with remarkable efficiency. Clean energy, smart urban planning, and sustainable living aren't ambitious goals here. They're simply part of everyday life. Perhaps that's Sweden's greatest achievement. Just when you think Sweden has revealed all of its secrets, the sky has one final surprise. On cold, clear nights in the far north, ribbons of green, purple, and sometimes even red light begin to dance across the darkness. For centuries, people believed these mysterious lights were messages from the heavens, spirits watching over the earth, or signs of something beyond human understanding. Today, science gives us a different answer. These glowing curtains appear when charged particles from the sun collide with Earth's atmosphere, releasing bursts of light high above the Arctic sky. But understanding how they happen doesn't make them any less magical. In fact, standing beneath the northern lights is an experience that no photograph or video can truly capture. For a few unforgettable moments, the sky itself seems alive. And perhaps that's the greatest lesson Sweden has to offer. The most extraordinary wonders in this country aren't hidden inside museums or behind walls. They're waiting in nature, for those willing to slow down and look up.